Welcome back to Last Epoch. We're level 55, still playing as a rogue. Master is the Falconer, of course. We are at the Temple of Lagon and we need to explore it. Clearly influenced by works of Lovecraft here, which I do enjoy. That led to a dead end. And there is a tentacle. So I think we can only progress towards a single direction. Or maybe not. Not sure what the point of that was. What is this? The Unrelenting Ogre. Sure. There's a visor for the sentinels out there. One more point to apply. And we can probably apply this maybe to smoke traps. Maybe to the sprinkler. What a name. I mean, Dusk Shroud is not a bad idea. The Lumoran. Are they really destroying these builders? This is probably not a good idea. Lots of cold damage here. Our resistance is capped, so I don't think we're gonna run into trouble. Unless we do something terrible. The Temple Depths. And I think we're one level above the area level. So that's probably fine. What? We have an item stuck to our screen. How did that happen? No, we did not pick it up. One more Sapphire Amulet. I'm not sure why this branch is still here. Let's try picking up something else. No. Okay, how about we go through a loading screen? Let's deal with the enemies here. We're gonna do that. Yeah, that should work, right? Everything froze. Frenzy's allies when they die. Well, most allies realistically will be dead, since these giant enemies have a lot of strength. And a lot of health. No. That is still there. I have no idea why. Not a big deal, but still. Let's pretend it's an interface add-on. And a burial mask. This is an acolyte helmet. Let's apply one more point here. I think this is the one I wanted, the rushing wings. This is going to reduce the delay before the bird dives and deals damage. Honestly, it's not that noticeable. We probably need multiple points in that skill. Oh, and we're shocked. Which reduces lightning resistance. That's not good. Reduced mana cost. That's a lot of enemies. And a small idol for health regen and void resistance. Sanctum of the Architect. We're not the most efficient character for these areas, of course, because this build is, well, something I just came up with, having no experience with a game.
One of these days, I'm gonna go for a real swim. No monsters, no gods, no crazy quests. Just
And what am I looking at? She's the only one that knows how to handle Lagon's rages. She does not want Lagon to know of the death of the other god. Yeah, we don't really have an option, do we? We're being chased by some of these. Not sure what exactly they are. See now?
unpredictable. I was trying to protect everyone.
Decent amount of items. Can we use any of those? Maybe this exile coat? There's a dagger, the recurved bow. I think I'm gonna keep this unique one for now. You never know though. Increased damage per arrow with multi-shot, so that's a unique ability. Let's pick this one up. Maybe I'll be able to craft something. The main strength of this coat is that it gave us +1 to acid flask. This is no longer relevant. And this is the Seafloor Colosseum. Need to survive a trial. Where exactly am I? Oh, wonderful. What exactly am I doing here? I bet I really do not want to be hit by those attacks. I mean, we're doing okay so far. No, not anymore. So much we're not getting hit. There's a healing potion. That's perfect. They were stunned by something else, I think. Oh, he's back. No, I mean, we are back. Somehow I was not hit. I was stunned though. So he has a a freezing circle that detonates at some point.
Your skills entertain me. For that you shall live. Now, why have you come here?
So we managed to entertain him with our antics. Well, we did good for a first try. Got a bit exciting, especially in the room below when he teleported us with all these tidal waves. So Lagoon things, Majessa would be next, Majasa. We need to ask for his blessing here. The people of Therma are mundane. I think people overestimated Lagon. We're gonna... No, there's no point in insulting him further. The Hyoborian boots. These are... well, not that great, but still. Sacrificial staff requires level 13. The shamanic staff. Always want to say shamanistic. Outcast gloves with damage over time. The spiked helm. The Scalebane grimace. Now that looks like a decent piece. Has a lot of potential. But these rolls are really low though. Can go as high as 70% resistances. 22 and 18, yeah. Can probably live without something like this. +1 to potion slots. Anything interesting here? No. Wait, these are still active. Can I click on it? So that was our first encounter with Lagon. Could be the last two, who knows? Can't really see a reason to go back down there. Crescent Axe requires level 51. Let's transfer these materials. Can probably purchase these runes. The Coral Ring. Vitality and health regen. Not a bad one, but at the same time, 4 points of health regen is... I mean, even 6 is not that good. This one is decent. Poison and fire resistance. We're gonna lose only some critical strike chance. Armor and fire resistance. Well, we'll get more resistance with this one. +1 to dancing strikes and a Scalebane coat. Now that one is perfect. I mean, still, we can find a better piece. A plated belt with damage and health. -3 throwing attack mana cost. Heoborian boots. Can probably craft those. This one is honestly worse, so we're gonna sell it. Mana efficiency with decoy. Okay, so we got a few shards. Expected a few more. Health and attunement. We really don't care that much about attunement. Have 6 more. Fire necrotic, and this one is probably worth shattering. Oh, we didn't get any of the unique ones. And those we can sell.
Greetings. Take care of yourself.
Okay, that's great. So we can get health instead of vitality. Not sure about dexterity. At the same time, the potential is pretty low. But now we know that we want the Scalebane gear. That is a coat and a grimace. Let me try. Wait, no. One of these runes of discovery. Maybe we get something decent. Ward gain, poison chance, and dodge. Yeah. Not that good. The code has a potential of 11. We'll see. Maybe it's worth it. So we're going to gain poison and fire resistance and cold and yeah, lots of resistances. We could remove point from Guile. Okay. This is an option. Inventory is large enough that I don't really worry about it. So Yulia and Grail are... oh, they're here. And this is the captain.
You're alive. Forgive me for leaving you. How did you escape?
Yeah, good question. Should we tell him that we passed the trials of the Mad God and used the portal?
I promise you, I had no choice. I was swarmed by Maruna. They're supposed to leave the piers alone. But after you left, they swarmed from the water.
Somehow I believe him.
Well, how did it go? To look a god in the eye and accept their challenge. Oh, the way you describe him, he sounds cool. Lagon's worship has declined.
And for good reason.
Most see Lagon as a force to fear. Few left revere the god of storms. If what you said is true, perhaps he's no guardian at all.
You're back. When Harden returned without you, I grew worried. What happened? You met Lagon and have his blessing? Oh, thank Atera. I I only wish we could have won Liath's support. Did you have to kill her?
I don't think there was another way, but yeah. What's done is done.
Surely there must have been some way to persuade her. Though, Architect Liath is no fool.
Maybe we're not charismatic enough.
Next, we must find Majasa. I've spoken with Melvan and convinced him to ferry us to Soreth Ka.
Soreth Ka.
It will be a long road to Majelka after, but you are used to walking, right?
Godspeed, yeah.
The captain managed to survive. Still in the Divine era. And we get some extra experience.
There you are.
Arden is here.
I've been questioning things. My devotion to Lagon. Despite years of telling myself things would get better, they never have. I needed a change of scenery. Also, I'd like you to take this. My idol of Lagon. Hopefully it can help someone else.
Was not expecting that,
There's a
honestly.
shrine just outside the city. People leave idols there to protect others on their travels.
Need to find a shrine.
How did you enjoy the trip? Glad to hear it. I do not. Though be on guard, you will need to arrange a caravan to Majelka.
A caravan to Majelka.
Unfortunately, no.
Of course not. And let me guess, Grail is not coming
There
either.
are things I need to take care of here. I'd apologize, but I feel like you can handle yourself. I do recommend you seek out the Sapphire Nagasa before you go. Good. Then I'll see you in Majelka.
Definitely like the design of the Nagasa.
Can I help you?
The emblem of sunrise. +1 to hammer throw. I feel that these are very important to simply use runes of Satyron because they give you these affixes that increase the level of skills. The Umbral Hood. No, that's not the one we need. We needed the scale mail ones. And realistically, I should probably look into the creation of the filter, the loot filter.
I've never seen you around here, yet I have heard of you.
Nothing good. Probably nothing good.
More so that wherever you go, trouble and bodies soon follow. Would you care to dispute that? I appreciate your honesty. I enjoyed the relative peace and quiet we've managed to establish for Surenka. The Ospreys have generally left us alone, and knowing your reputation with them, I can't imagine that will be the case if you stay here long. Nor am I a fan of theirs. If you head out to the crossroads, you should encounter the staging area for our trade caravans. Talk with them, and they'll take you to Majelka. They'll know who you are.
Next up, the crossroads. So hold on. We're back in the desert. During nighttime. But yeah, I don't really mind. I like these levels in the Imperial era. Chain belt. These are not that good. Can place the captain's idol. Let me apply one more point here. We're gonna reduce the delay. I think 4 points is probably going to make a difference. With 2 is... I mean, the skill still has a noticeable delay. It's just not as bad. Oh, the Osrics are here. Well, so much for that caravan.
They won't forget that one.
Stolen dice. Lightning and damage over time. Critical strike chance. And an amulet. Let's head back. Oh, hold on. I think the game wants us to open this chest or whatever it is. Supplies of the Chronomancer. The Temporal Sanctum Key. Somewhere in the ruined coast. Wait a minute. The ruined coast can be reached through the time rift behind the door in the eastern cliff face in the Shining Cove. Links the diviner version of the cove to the ruined era. Shrine boots to reduce the duration of stuns. Minion dodge rating. Cooldown recovery movement speed. Also has a sealed affix. Chance to cast Void Rift. Cannot exist as a shard, it's a personal affix. So realistically we can use either of these. Maybe these boots. God. Yeah. That was a good call. And let's close our those, and we could go back. Do we need a potion? No. The loading times leave a lot to be desired. Where exactly? Sorethka. Wait a minute. So this is a level 55. Yeah, I remember the Ruined Coast. We now have a key for this dungeon. No idea what to expect, though.
I suppose dodging Osprix is off the table now. Fortunately, there's another path, but that puts us in Scalebane territory.
So tell us more.
They're a group of glorified bandits, organized. Would not like company. There's a dried river that heads straight to Majelka. That should get you close to the city.
So we need to follow the dried river to Majelka.
Unfortunately, you'll go alone. There are a few things I need to take care of here.
I can't believe the Ospreys would destroy the crossroads.
Not much left of the caravan.
Sorethka doesn't have a standing military. They're here on Raya's orders. Is that what he wants? I wonder, have I been blind to it? Have the gods always been this way? I suppose you're right. Please, take care.
Some more experience from Harton. And this is chapter number 9, the Sons of the Majasa. So Majasa is the goddess, Majelka is the town.
Hello.
So his partner headed off through the dunes to try and chart out a new pathway for a trade route. Never made it back. And he's probably afraid of the Scalebane. They're shaking down merchants. Sure.
Stay safe.
The dry river. Oh, so this connects to those two. Looting this key reminded me of the other dungeon in the Ruined Era. I mean, yes, the Sanctum is here, but there's also this lightless arbor. I get the feeling that we should have had access to this dungeon by now. But can't do much about it right now. Let's follow this dried river.
Easy. Too easy.
Big hammer, there's a halberd here. And I can probably apply a point. Can grab some agility. Honestly, not that bad. More damage is always an option. Critical strike avoidance. That's not bad at all. Also like tailwind. Less damage while moving. Increased movement speed, dodge rating. The effects are doubled if the falcon has hit an enemy. So any enemy. Sure. It's a Gorgon. A Rust Blade. Requires 39. And there is the merchant's partner. A scarab. Radiant Dunes. Was a chest in the middle of nowhere. Spell crit, the Brigandine armor. Increased damage with shurikens. Okay. That's an ability I never really used. I wonder how powerful it is. Chance to poison, obviously can bleed enemies. Critical strike chance, yeah. So far, more or less, all abilities have the same ways to scale. Chance to inflict poison, chance to inflict bleeds, chance to use another skill that you can specialize in, but you never have to use. Scepter of Ice. This one is honestly not much better. Dodge and poison resistance. We're not gonna need that much poison resistance. Then again, we can remove some points from Guile. So maybe we can use it. Hey, there's another one of those mages. Copper amulet, minion damage. There's a coat. These are... well, not that good. Not that bad either. Maybe we can craft this one. We're gonna lose mana regeneration, which is not that important. Vitality, void resistance, and dodge rating. But we gain a lot of armor. 22 forging potential. This is tier 4 though.
They're mine.
Who is this? I really don't like the look of that. So you need to stay close. Okay. Increase spell damage, that's another affix. It's a recurve bow. One more point here. 54% reduced delay. It's much better now. Who is this?
Thank you for the assist there. I was in a bind, and you got me out of it. I won't forget it.
Sure. Impressive
I
mustache.
could have gotten out of it at any point. But I was choosing to wait until nightfall to slip out undetected. You happened to come by and made that plan irrelevant. Besides, I didn't want to try my chances with so many of them if I didn't have to. Perhaps I'll tell you along the way. I presume you're headed towards Majelka as well, correct? Well, if you are, I may be able to lend a hand. You're obviously able to handle yourself just fine. But I know my way around the dunes, and I have connections in Majelka. You helped me. Let me return the favor. I can't complain about that offer. You ready to head out then?
Are we ready? I think we are.
The Scalebane were never meant to be common thugs. The Scalebane used these to stage ambushes on people and trader caravans. It makes me sick to see them exploit our people like this.
11% to all resistances. An Auric Scepter, 52. Are these really riding scarabs? Yeah, that is a lot. Is that amulet decent? The freeze ray we can't really use. Damage reflected. Oh, really? 175%. So this is the maximum craftable necrotic damage on a trident. But who would do necrotic damage in melee range? Parry change? Gloves and a hood. The upper district of Angelka. And some well-earned rewards. What exactly is the objective? We need to find our way to the lower district.
Too long have we all been bound by the chains of fate. I will shatter them, along with who would seek to bind me. Freedom will be our future, my future, at any cost.
Well. Right, this was Ritolo. His partner didn't make it.
Was it just me, or was that speech unusual? I don't know much about their customs, but it is the first time I've heard of their temple being closed.
Right, who was it on the balcony?
That was the vessel maiden, Epoch. She aids Majasa with little power of her own. The authority lies with Majasa herself and her diamond matrons. Epoch is a figurehead, and, according to rumors, a sacrifice.
What kind of sacrifice?
As the rumor goes, vessel maidens are sacrificed to rejuvenate Majasa's power. And if that's true, the sacrifices are older than the city itself. It is not my place to speculate. But if the rumors are true...
Yes.
I see.
Farewell.
No one is permitted inside the temple of Majasa at this time.
And when can we actually enter?
Could be days, could be years. There's plenty to see and do in Majelka. Scurry along. The temple is closed. Leave. I don't want to see you here again.
Was it just me, or was that speech unusual? If we're not able to get inside the temple and speak with Majasa, everything will be for naught.
Who is the person we helped? Rescued.
You have a plan. I am not sure if we can trust this friend of yours, but I trust you.
Amazing how Yulia speaks about, well, this is the not the future Yulia, not the ruined era, or this is not the Imperial era Yulia. Was Yulia also in the ruined era? I think not.
I overheard your conversation with the cute brunette over there. I might have a mutually beneficial arrangement. Given how you have no real connections here, I do believe I'm your only option. While I obviously appreciate it, I really need your help. Afterward, I'll owe you one. Deal! All right. I want you to help me take over the Scalebane.
Him taking over the Scalebane.
It's well within your abilities, I assure you. I've established quite the reputation for myself here, and I should be able to insert myself into the role of guild leader with relative ease. But we have to dispose of the current guild leader first. Absolutely. I've got to drop by the temple for a little errand as well, so this works out perfectly.
Does he look like someone that can play the role of the guild master?
And hey, if you're looking for a little detour before you dispose of the guild leader, let me know. I might have just the thing for you.
Can see another task for us. So what's the next job here? We need to find another merchant who probably met a similar fate. So where should we start looking for her? We can start near the oasis.
Fancy a little extra work? It pays well, and you'll also receive the warm, fuzzy feeling you get from helping out a friend. Now you're just trying to be me. No matter. You'll just have to direct those feelings towards a new target instead, because you're going to be working a bounty job for me. As I'm sure you've gathered, some people around here like the Nagaza, and some hate them. There's one Nagaza in particular that tended to attract more ire than admirers. His name is Arjani, and he's a Ruby Nagaza that serves as a guard captain.
Is he the target?
Bring me his head, of course. I'll be around here when the job's done. Let me know if you have any questions. Like all other Ruby Nagaza, Arjani is a skilled close-range combatant. I don't know what he's using nowadays, but I've seen him use an axe to hack his enemies apart.
Right, so stay away.
He also has an innate talent for controlling fire. I'd expect him to use it during your fight.
Right, so have physical and also fire resistance. That makes sense in a way. Can go back to the upper district. Can also go toward the oasis. And also the slums. Where exactly are the slums? These are past the lower district. Treasure. Wait a minute. Silver elementals? I remember the elementals, but what exactly were they guarding? Are we going to Pilla's graves? We can do that. Since I don't see a reason to go back to that area. Other than the quest, of course. So we can wrap things up there and then possibly end the episode here. Playing for quite some time. +1 to puncture. A Glyph of Chaos. We should probably apply a point later on. And that is it. A gold elemental. What was that? A magical drill? Picked up some strange relic. +2 black arrows. It's honestly not that good. Minions. There's a falchion. Melee. Minion melee damage. Leather gloves. And that's it. Probably back to town. Sarathka, no, that's not where I want to be in. Upper District. Okay. And we're looking for what? Someone to tell us more about the relic. Who is this?
Can I help here?
Darfoon. He refuses to deal with grade robbers. Okay. He whispers in our ear. He has a contract somewhere in the slums, and apparently we'll know him when we see him.
Can I help you?
Can probably purchase, yeah, some of these. Anything worthwhile. Tends to bleed. That's a shield. It's not a quiver. Minion damage and dodge. Fire pen with ignite. Okay. But I think that's it for this episode. Plenty of crafting to do. But I think I'm going to wait for some better bases. In the next episode we can head to the slums. Not sure how we're gonna do that. What's the path to the lower district? Surely we can find that at least. No, this is the upper district. Hold on, what? We are in the upper district. And this is going to lead us, where? Back to the dried river? The Radiant Dunes. That's fine. We'll figure it out in the next part. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.